Results back from the...
Nicole Cunningham says it was difficult growing up in the southern U.S. state of Georgia.
Yes.
You've got to keep the white and the black separate.
It was a time of tense racial animosity, school desegregation, the Ku Klux Klan still active in its displays of hate. But Cunningham says seeing the inauguration of the first black president shows that times have changed.
When I was in the 5th grade, having the KKK march on my school and wanting to have, all the black kids brought outside, I was thinking about all that when I was looking up there. So we have definitely come a long way.
Cunningham and her husband, Vertus, are both in the military. They took their 2 children to the inauguration last January to witness the historic event.
I feel proud because he's the very first, and I know that some people, they just didn't like the idea of having an African American president, and that he persevered through all that.
It was a very emotional day. Again, I can look up there and see someone that, looks like me.
A new survey by the Pew Research Center shows that nearly twice as many African Americans than in 2007 say the situation for black people in the United States has improved over the previous 5 years. This jump in optimism is the highest since 1984. Pew also says a majority of African Americans say that Mr. Obama's election has improved race relations in America. But civil rights pioneer Julian Bond says it was one moment in a long chain of events.
It's arguable, you could say, that we should have been able to do this years and years and years ago. But perhaps it had to wait for the moment, for the man, for the moment. Or I'm sure it did have to wait for the man at the moment. And it had to wait for an awful lot of work to have been done leading up to this moment.
Mr. Obama's inauguration at the steps of the Capitol was more than just a beginning to a new presidency. For the Cunninghams and many African Americans, it was an example of endless possibilities.
So to grow up and to tell my kids that they can be anything they want to be in the world, there's no barriers anymore, you can go as far as you want to go, and to have this culminate before us, and then we're there to see it,
And for the next generation of Cunninghams, the realization of the first black president is already taking effect.
Lets me know that I can run for president because I am an African American and I can become, the first female president.
The Cunninghams are still thrilled about Mr. Obama winning the White House. But they say he faces tough problems.
Definitely has his work cut out for him.
He definitely does.
This is not easy.
No.
That work involves winning the war in Afghanistan and protecting America, reviving the nation's beleaguered economy, and passing health care reform. Mr. Obama will present his plans for the country in his State of the Union address. Carla Babb, VOA News, Washington.